Reprocessing DQRs are specific types of DQRs that get written when data over a specific time period needs to be reprocessed by the reprocessing team. The first goal of any DQR is to alert users to any incorrect or suspect data, in addition to providing any important information about the instrument or data processing that may be relevant to the user. A reprocessing DQR is just an additional action taken, if necessary, on top of regular DQR processes. The reason for the reprocessing can vary greatly: to correct bad metadata, to generate higher-level data products, to fix incorrect calibration factors, and beyond. In this example, reprocessing is needed to update the valid maximum limit for downwelling shortwave diffuse hemispheric irradiance QC values in historical ENA SkyRad data from 600 watts per square meter to 800 watts per square meter after the maximum QC value was changed in the netcdf files. We can see in this already in progress DQPR that the need for this change was discovered after excessive flagging was occurring for the ENA SkyRad down short diffuse hemispheric values when there was not an actual problem with the diffuse measurements. Once the maximum limit was changed in the netcdf files for all ENA SkyRad data moving forward, a reprocessing DQR is necessary to get the historical data to also reflect this change. For reprocessing DQRs, all aspects of the DQR are filled out as normal at first. You select a start date and end date, in this case, the start of ENA SkyRad data on 9/28/2013 to the date the max QC value was changed on 8/23/19, and a site, facility, and instrument class, in this case ENA, C1, and SkyRad, along with the specific variables that need reprocessing, which in this case are all variables that involve the down short diffuse hemispheric values. For quality category in this example, we would choose Note, because the data are not actually incorrect. The corresponding quality control variable is incorrectly flagging the data. The only difference occurs when you come across the "Do you want to include this DQR as a reprocessing task?" checkbox. For reprocessing DQRs, this checkbox is selected in the DQR form. While it is optional to include information in the text box that appears, it is extremely helpful to include directions for the reprocessing team for how to reprocess the data, shown here. The information that you type into this box is for the reprocessing team only and will not be seen by any data users. After that's filled in, only the subject, description, and any suggestions remain. Remember, these three boxes are seen by data users and should be both simple and informative. Once a reprocessing DQR gets submitted and approved, an EWO is automatically created on ServiceNow, and the reprocessing team is notified. After this point, it is just a matter of waiting for the reprocessing to be completed. Generally, the DQPR that is associated with the reprocessing DQR in question will remain open until the reprocessing is complete. Progress and updates on the reprocessing can be found by going to the Reprocessing Dashboard, found at the address highlighted here, and searching for your specific DQR. Sometimes it may take a bit before your recently submitted DQR shows up on this page, so if you don't see it right away, check back later. Clicking the actual RID link will take you to the EWO for this reprocessing task on ServiceNow. Clicking anywhere else on the RID line will show you additional information, such as progress the reprocessing team has made on your reprocessing task, a link to the reprocessing DQR, and a link to the EWO on ServiceNow. The EWO on ServiceNow is the best place to ask the reprocessing team for updates on your reprocessing task. So that's about all you need to know when it comes to filing reprocessing DQRs. A few important things to keep in mind include: once a reprocessing DQR is approved and submitted, the DQR will show up to the users in data discovery before the data are reprocessed, to let users know if the data are currently incorrect or suspect, but will be fixed and usable once the data are reprocessed. Once the data are actually reprocessed, the reprocessing DQR is marked as reprocessed, and the DQR will no longer show up to the users, since there would be no need. The data are fixed. Not all data that undergo a reprocessing DQR will be incorrect. Sometimes the existing data itself is fine, but the data needs to be reprocessed so that missing higher level data will be generated, for example. Be sure to choose the correct quality category to accurately reflect the status of the data included in your specific reprocessing DQR, and make it clear in the description box if there is no effect on data quality. Finally, Any downstream products are not automatically reprocessed when an input data stream is reprocessed, and so need to be manually included if necessary. In many cases, data may already be filtered out by a downstream VAP, and so reprocessing of the VAP is not necessary, but this decision should ultimately be determined by the instrument mentors and those involved with any downstream VAPs for that particular data stream.